Quick programming note. I'm changing the episode order on these since there's sort of a serialized story happening over the next couple of episodes. You'll see what I mean in a minute. We open with the Decepticon triple changer Octane, on the run from the Decepticons and hauling junk from, well, junk. And while it's not entirely clear why he's on the run, it doesn't matter. Who can stay mad at full pouty lips like those? Back on Char, Galvatron turns invisible for a minute while he issues his latest batshit orders.
Want you to seek the traitor, Octane. Stalk him and destroy him. I hate liars and double dealers.
This guy has an army of killer robots at his disposal and he hires that guy? Galvatron, you so crazy. So the Skuckazoid sticks a bomb in Octane's cargo before he takes off. And it explodes, but not before Octane gets a chance to look at porn. No, I'm not kidding.
No, that's not it. A little more here. Yeah, that's better. What's that?
Either he's ogling RC or somebody who looks a lot like her, which, given that he's an Autobot sympathizer, is more than a little creepy. Fortunately for him, the explosion isn't so much tragic as an annoyance, and he's almost immediately picked up by a passing ship, which throws him a rope. Your guess is as good as mine here, people. The weird aliens on that ship offer him some food, but apparently it smells bad, so he declines. He determined this using the functioning nose that he has, which is an essential thing for a robot to have. He has to be taken to Autobot City. There he hangs with Sandstorm, an Autobot triple changer. There's some nice banter here, and a little competition between the guys in their various transform modes. I really buy that these guys are friends. I just don't understand, why they're friends. Or why Sandstorm spews a thick cloud of smoke in helicopter mode. I used to work around helicopters. This is not normal. You may want to get that looked at. Oh, so the army of evil robots is out looking for Octane as well, because here are the Combaticons. For some reason they won't fire at Sandstorm, who is an Autobot and their sworn enemy. But no, only at Octane. So, using the show's usual total disregard for scale, Octane climbs inside Sandstorm, which isn't at all weird. The two of them leave Earth and stop for fuel at a space station. This is the stuff that I like, weird aliens and crap, and it works pretty well here. Also, for some reason, the waitress hits on them.
Here's your energon, tall, dark, and metallic.
Then Octane explains why Galvatron's after him.
I interfered with Galvatron's orders. I swiped Trypticon and tried to become powerful enough to become the new leader of the Decepticons.
Yeah, we just saw that episode, and that's not how it happened. I kind of made it a point to illustrate that. He was on good terms with Galvatron over all that. Actually, Blitzwing is the one Galvatron said would never be welcome in the ranks of the Decepticons again, after the events in Five Faces. Or, I don't know, maybe he's so goddamn crazy now that he says that to everyone, all the time. The Skuckazoid tries to kill Octane several times, which results in a series of Wile E. Coyote-style blackout gags. He finally just gives up and starts wailing on the guy. Octane picks him up and asks him who sent him. Well, duh. It's Galvatron, in case you were wondering. So Sandstorm and Octane go to Cybertron, and Cyclonus and the Sweeps follow closely behind, which allows them to slip through Cup's cracked security system. Octane gets separated from Sandstorm and flees his pursuers, ending up in the Decepticon crypt. Hey, just like the Autobot crypt in that other episode. Except, wait a second. The Autobots occupy Cybertron now. How is it that their crypt is out in space somewhere and the crypt of their enemies is here on the planet? This makes little to no sense. Anyway, Octane wanders among the markers of fallen Decepticons. Somehow he can tell Skywarp from Thundercracker, even from a colorless marker. Which would be impressive if not for the fact that both Skywarp and Thundercracker were changed into those guys who were chasing him. They aren't even dead at all. Octane comes upon Starscream's marker, which is just a pair of legs for some reason. I can't decide if this is an animation mistake or if it's meant to be Starscream's actual remains. I guess the latter kinda makes sense. Octane disturbs whatever it is and unleashes Starscream's ghost, which I should hate the whole idea of, but for some reason I don't. Probably because I love Starscream and any stupid excuse to bring him back is fine with me. Up above, Cyclonus and the Sweeps make the same stupid, how appropriate, you're already in a crypt joke they made in Dark Awakening. But then there's a nice character moment when Scourge is a bit impotent as a leader and Cyclonus has to show him how it's done. So they head into the crypt. Starscream possesses Cyclonus and they drag Octane back to Char in chains, which makes for a particularly nice visual. The Autobots spot them trying to leave and try to stop them. Starscream approaches Rodimus and makes a deal to lure Galvatron back here. And I'd give Rodimus a hard time for trusting Starscream of all people, except, well, he actually delivers on his promise. But first the guys take Octane back to Char. There's a great fake torture scene, and Octane spills some fake stuff that leads Galvatron right back into Starscream's trap. There's a brief fight between the two leaders, ending with Galvatron finding himself surrounded by Autobots. Starscream and Octane split and head back to Char. They laugh it up for a minute or two, but somehow, impossibly, Galvatron made it out of that situation and he's pissed. Screamer jumps out of Cyclonus just as the dude is almost completely blown away and shimmies on into Scourge. And that's where they end it. Fuck!
Best to you each morning, Octane.
I'd probably be a jerk too if I was made of junk.